Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of NASCAR's Scariest Moments, Part 2. The sport of auto racing has always been a potentially dangerous activity. In NASCAR, there have been countless scary moments. In this Part 2 episode, we look at several more of those instances. The first vicious moment that we will discuss took place at the conclusion of the 2020 Daytona 500. Ryan Newman took the lead going into turn 3 on the final lap, passing the 11 of Denny Hamlin, with a push from the number 12 of Ryan Newman. Newman got the lead, only to spin nose first into the wall. Then, with Newman landing on top of the number 32 of Corey LaJoie, the impact shot Newman up in the air, and when the number 6 landed upside down, it took 15 minutes to cut Newman from his race car. Ryan spent 2 days in the hospital before walking out of the hospital hand in hand with his 2 daughters. He was diagnosed with a brain bruise. By 2022, Newman decided to retire from the Cup Series full-time. From one horrible accident to another, Jerry Nadeau took over the MB2 Motorsports number 01 U.S. Army Chevrolet, starting in 2003. Nadeau was out practicing for the Cup Series race at Richmond in the spring. He entered turn 1 a little bit high, allowing his number 01 to step out, and he spun, hitting the outside retaining wall, driver's side first. Nadeau hit the wall at over 120 Gs. Nadeau had to be cut out of his car and put into a medically induced coma for 3 weeks. Nadeau would recover from his injuries decently, though he would never make another start in NASCAR. For this NASCAR Scariest Moment, we jump up to 2014 at Daytona at the conclusion of the race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the Coke Zero 400, though behind him, all actual hell broke loose. Denny Hamlin was spun by the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Hamlin spun around and clipped the number 3 of Austin Dillon, sending his car into the air and over top of 2 lanes of traffic, sending the car smashing into the catch fence and destroying it. Dillon was just fine following the outrageous incident, sending the car into the catch fence and destroying it. Then, when Dillon finally came to a stop and landed, he was on his roof, and the 2 of Brad Keselowski came by and hit him one more time. But, thankfully, Austin Dillon, he was just fine, and he was able to climb out and wave to the crowd. Though, the same could not be said for some fans that got hit with some debris. 1 fan was transported to the hospital, 4 were treated on site, and 8 just straight up refused medical attention. Another incredible accident came at Talladega Superspeedway, when rookie Skip Manning spun. The number 18 of Joe Frazen T-boned Manning's number 92 at roughly 130 miles per hour, directly in the driver's side door, and in 1976, mind you. Several drivers have lost their lives in very similar accidents since then. So, quite frankly, someone was with, God was with Manning that day. Really, Manning, the only real thing that happened with Manning, he got his foot caught. It was stuck in the roll cage. So he was stuck in the car. He was aware, he was conscious, fine. It's just when the roll cage caved in, it kind of trapped his foot. So they had to actually come and cut pieces of the roll cage so his foot could be released. Now, Talladega produced yet another very scary moment in the NASCAR Cup Series. And it was kicked off by Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon when they got together, sending Ricky Craven sideways, and he went airborne up into the catch fence. This happened at Talladega Superspeedway back in 1996. At the end of the day, NASCAR got word that Ricky Craven had cracked his vertebrae. So he did sit out for several races. That was such a crazy looking wreck. I mean, really, for a split second, it looked like possibly Ricky Craven's number 41 Kodiak Chevrolet was going to go over the other side of the wall. So, I mean, it was an ugly wreck. Last but certainly not least, the final example of NASCAR's scariest moments would come in 1990 at Bristol Motor Speedway. After making contact with the number 59 of Robert Presley, Michael Waltrip's number 30 Pontiac shot up the track, exiting turn 2, where there just so happened to be the crossing gate to enter the track's infield. Well, Waltrip hit that gate in the exact right spot, or wrong spot, whichever way you look at it, exposing about 18 to 22 inches of the concrete wall, which ripped Waltrip's Pontiac literally in half. And I mean, even worse than in half. Honestly, it looked like it just was in a pile. Ugh. You see in the pictures. The contact left Waltrip's race car in a pile of scrap metal. Everyone, including Waltrip's older brother, 3-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Darrell Waltrip, thought his little brother had just died. Though, to everyone's surprise, Michael stood up out of the pile of what used to be his number 30 Pontiac. And was alright. He didn't climb out the now non-existent driver's side window, but rather simply stood up and walked out of the wreckage. The NASCAR community breathed a sigh of relief that day. Well, that's been NASCAR's Scariest Moments Part 2. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, there's an option to become a channel member, which allows you to see some never-before-released content, along with some other really cool perks, such as drawings for NASCAR collectibles, and even the opportunity to produce a video with me. And yes, you will get credit as the executive producer in the description. Everyone, have the best day you can. Until next time, take care, everyone.